Let's get into Lana Del Rey. Now, if you guys have been following me for a while, Lana is one of my favorite singers, and she has this new song, 75.5, which is about the 75.5 million listeners she has on Spotify. But she sings this lyric that she said she'll only do once at this performance, where she brings up Morgan Wallen. Ugh. Aren't we all so over Morgan? Lana Del Rey headlined Stagecoach this year, and she said that she once kissed the country star singer Morgan Wallen. Now, before she sang this lyric, she said, "This is the last time I'm ever going to say this line," and she sings, "I kissed Morgan Wallen. I guess kissing me kind of went to his head. If you want my secret to success, I suggest don't go ATVing with him when you're out west." Morgan Wallen's probably like, oh God, he does not want this brought up here. And he has so much baggage. Lana Del Rey also saying that she has a man now who really loves her and is a fan of hers, who she's talking about, Jeremy, who she married back in September 2024, and they're quite an interesting match because he does like some little like boat rides and where there's alligators in Louisiana. He's about 10 years older than she is. It wasn't clear when the kiss in question took place, but a rep for Morgan Wallen did not respond to any request for a comment, so he's not speaking. Let's get into Stagecoach. Since we're talking about Lana Del Rey, let's talk about the fact that Diplo, Nelly, and Nick Carter were all there, all men who have been accused of R-wording people, especially Diplo. We've actually spoken to one of his most outspoken accusers before on this channel. Now, this blog brings up the fact that there are random people attending Stagecoach who aren't necessarily country, like Nelly or Diplo. They write, "Once again, it begs me the question of how many women need to credibly accuse these men of these kind of horrible things before we start to take those accusations seriously. At least 3 women have accused Nelly of misconduct, and he was arrested last month for possession of some drugs and a warrant. Diplo's rap sheet includes numerous allegations and misconduct, including allegations from Azalea Banks and again, others like Shelly. If you've not seen that interview, go and check it out. I have it on this channel." They write, "Should these accusations stop these 2 men from working? No, but why does country music continue to feel the need to extend an olive branch to these guys when like the actual country acts would love to get on stage for a Stagecoach? Like, go and include people who make country music, not problematic people who do EDM or R&B." Speaking of the guys that are accused, Nick Carter of the Backstreet Boys have been accused multiple times, and even last week we talked about him getting sued for passing along an STD. So why is he there? Let's get into Sophie Turner. Now, I was really rooting for Sophie after her breakup from Joe Jonas because it seemed so messy. The other, sister-in-laws, they were just not vibing with Sophie, and pretty much right after they divorced, she got into a new relationship, and we were all rooting for her. But it looks like things aren't going too hot because she unfollowed her boyfriend on Instagram, which to me is probably not your boyfriend anymore if you hit the unfollow button. So Sophie was dating Peregrine Pearson, but it looks like she's no longer with him. Remember that he comes from a very wealthy British family, so it seems like she hit the jackpot starting to date him right after Joe Jonas. The last time we've seen these two interact on social media was in October when it was his birthday, but in more recent days we see her posting some cryptic messages on her Instagram. Although Sophie hasn't really been speaking about her relationship with him for about the year and a half they were together, she did open up about being incredibly sad about her split from Nick Jonas. She said, "We had a beautiful relationship and it was hard." Kathy commented, "Karma is the most patient gangster ever." Now, I don't know what could have gone on between Peregrine and Sophie Turner. I'm sure that he was kind of a rebound that lasted a little bit too long, but I still don't think that Sophie is the person who was wrong within her relationship with Joe. I mean, I just don't think that they were a great match, and she was too young for him at the time. They got married really quickly, started their family. She needed to go live a little bit. Let's get into Dorit Kimley. Now, I don't watch a lot of Real Housewives, but I do know enough about Dorit and her relationship with PK because they're always talking about it. Dorit would not be reconciling with her estranged husband. She's filed for divorce from PK, and it looks like a custody war could be brewing. According to documents, it looks like Dorit is asking for legal and physical custody of their 2 children. They have an 11-year-old and a 9-year-old, so still very young. In the divorce documents, Dorit's attorney, Samantha, requests spousal support from PK. So it looks like she's also going to get like a, little extra spousal support. Is that like that's like a rich people and a celebrity people thing, right? Or do regular people get spousal support? But they've been married since March 2015, so they're just over the 10-year mark. They announced their separation in May 2024. So I wonder if because they hit the 10-year mark, if she gets like a little bit more. I don't know. Is that how it works? Interestingly, you could see PK out and about in New York living his best life. He was seen making out with Shanna Wall, an Amazing Race contestant who also used to date Ryan Seacrest. I feel like Ryan Seacrest is such a weird person to date.
All right, guys, we have some Bravo breaking news. Dorit Kemsley files to divorce PK. This is just hours after photos of him kissing another woman were posted. Here are the said photos. He clearly has a type, and she is also a reality star. She was on The Amazing Race. Her name is Shanna Wall.
Now, if you watched this show, you would have seen this coming because these two are constantly arguing about how much PK is drinking. And at one point, he did admit he had a problem. She also told him that his alcohol use made him a bad father, which could explain why she wants sole custody. And the fact that he has admitted this could get him in trouble, but PK has said recently he's been sober for more than a year, so it might be a messy custody battle, especially if he has most of the funds. The fact that Dorit and PK were together for more than 10 years could be critical when it comes to spousal support, especially in California, which means PK could be on the hook indefinitely or until Dorit remarries. Let's get into Gigi Hadid and Bradley Cooper. I cannot believe that Gigi Hadid might be engaged to Bradley Cooper. They were celebrating her 30th birthday at Saks Fifth Avenue in New York City on Friday night. She was surrounded by a bunch of fellow celebrities, Anne Hathaway, her sister Bella Hadid, of course. And who do you guys like more? Do you like Bella Hadid or Gigi Hadid? I feel like I haven't heard of Gigi Hadid in so long. But I do love Bella because of The Weeknd and her relationship. Anyways, Gigi was spotted wearing a ring on her ring finger. However, she was also rocking numerous other rings on different fingers. So maybe, it was just a stylish thing, but I don't think so. Gigi and Brad were first romantically linked in early October 2023 when they were spotted getting dinner together. Gigi later revealed that they first crossed paths at a backyard birthday party for a mutual friend's child. Okay, very random. Gigi does have a daughter who she shares with Zayn Malik, who used to be part of One Direction. And of course, Bradley has a daughter as well, who's about 8 years old. So their kids are pretty close in age. That could be a nice, blended family. A source told People in January that Gigi and Bradley are getting serious about each other, but engagement would be a big step. I kind of think that Gigi's in a new place in her life where she wants to calm down and raise her daughter, and, good for her. Let's get into Travis Kelce. Taylor Swift has been kind of boring lately. We're not, getting a lot of information. So I was excited to see her messy man, Travis Kelce, unfollow Ryan Reynolds on Instagram. Taylor Swift's drama with Blake seems to be heating up, with Travis riding hard for his girl and hitting unfollow on Ryan Reynolds' Instagram. Ryan does follow Travis on Instagram, so it's a little bit random to see Travis go and unfollow him, but good for him. Blake still got Taylor on her list, but not Travis. So it looks like Blake may have unfollowed Travis, which I think is weird. I think Blake needs to keep all the friends that she can right now. I mean, they're dropping like flies. Taylor doesn't follow anyone on social media, so it's not a big deal for her. But Taylor felt like Blake was using her in her legal battle when she tried to attack Justin Baldoni, calling Taylor Swift one of her dragons, trying to act like she's Khaleesi or something. One thing about Taylor Swift is she does not like being used by anyone. So using her as a weapon, weaponizing her, it's just not going to fly. We're also told that Taylor showed up at Blake's place when Blake asked, not knowing there would be a whole meeting going on with Justin rewriting the It Ends With Us scene. So Taylor feels set up, and so does Justin Baldoni. Honestly, it seems like Justin and Taylor need to link up. Thank you for watching this clip from the Let's Get Into It podcast. To view the full episode, visit the link listed below.